Mann, ich habe keine Lust mehr zu warten. Ja, beruhig dich. Abwarten. Ja, aber ich kann's kaum erwarten. Confused? I get it. Let's take a look at warten, abwarten, and erwarten. Hallo Leute, ich bin Katja und ihr seht Deutsch für euch. Warten, abwarten, erwarten. All of them, of course, are essentially warten, but with a bit of nuance. Now, if you're more of a vertical system type and you would like to know about the prefixes in general, I will recommend this video series I did to you in which I talked about each of the verbal prefixes one by one and gave a summary of what they usually mean. But if you do better with different prefix versions of the same verb to understand the minute differences, then you're in the right place to learn about warten, abwarten, and erwarten. But before we get to that, it's sponsor time! Today's episode is sponsored by my friends over at Lingoda, and the Sprint is back! Now, in case you're not familiar, the Lingoda Language Sprint is a language challenge during which you as a student will take 3 months of German classes every single day. If within those 3 months you attend all of your daily classes, by the end of it you will get 100% or 50% cash back. Now, how does it work and what are the requirements? You have until October 15th of this year, 2021, to sign up, and the sprint will then start on October 31st on Halloween. There are 2 versions available. The first is the Super Sprint, for which you will have to attend 1 class a day for 3 months, so that's 30 classes a month. And if you pull that off, then you get 100% of your cash back. And then there is the Sprint, for which you will attend half of that, so 15 classes a month, for which you then will get 50% of your money back. Regardless of which version you sign up for, you will pay a deposit upfront because slots are limited. If you want to cut off 20 euros from that deposit, use my link in the description and my promo code that you can see on the screen right now. The sprint has existed for a few years now and it returns every 3 months, so after every runtime. And so far, more than 40,000 people have participated and successfully boosted their confidence and of course taken their speaking ability to a new level. And I'm actually proud to say that some of you have completed the sprint successfully before. This is a statement from somebody from my audience who has successfully pulled off the sprint in the past, meaning he did the full 3 months and got the refund. He said he was really happy with the overall service that the teachers provided and the confidence that the program gave him. If you want to read the full statement, it's in the description. Apart from that, of course, there's still the same benefits that you always have for Lingoda classes, which means you have native teachers teaching small group classes, so you get the real benefits from that. And you can schedule classes 24/7 whenever it is convenient for you. Okay, now if you're ready to be a sprint champion, just like the people at Olympia, and you want to boost your German to the next level, go participate in the Lingoda Sprint. You can sign up until October 15th. The link is in the description. Use my code to get 20 euros off. And that's all the information you need. Okay, now, warten, abwarten, erwarten. Now, of course, all of these words mean a variation of to wait, just like in German. I mean, warten is in all of them. But why do we use 3 different ones then? Actually, you can equate all of them approximately to an English word. In that case, we would have wait for warten, await for abwarten, and expect for erwarten. This, however, is kind of vague. It's not 100%. There's instances in which erwarten will also translate to await, and there's instances in which abwarten would just be wait in English. So let's look at a few more details and examples. Warten, when it's intransitive, so no objects, just means to wait. Ich warte. Ich warte hier. I am waiting here. Ich warte, bis etwas passiert. I'm waiting for something to happen. But there's also auf jemanden oder etwas warten. Auf jemanden oder etwas warten. That's the transitive version, so with a direct object. So, I could say, ich warte auf den Bus. I'm waiting for the bus. So waiting, we can already tell from these examples, is kind of passive waiting, right? The waiting is kind of something that's just happening to you as you're existing. Ich warte auf eine Nachricht. I'm waiting for a message. Wartet auf meine Antwort. He's waiting for my answer. Ich weiß nicht, was auf mich wartet. I don't know what waits for me, or I don't know what awaits me. So there we can also already see that the translation thing is tricky as always. Ich weiß nicht, was auf mich wartet. Wir müssen warten. We have to wait. And warte mal. Hold on. Wait. Now, abwarten can also be transitive or intransitive. Intransitive is more likely, so no object. So, if we say warten is passive, you're just sitting around and the waiting is something that happens as a result of not doing something else, then awaiting, abwarten, is active. You are actively waiting. You are actively looking for something to happen. Abwarten is what we do when we are waiting so something else can then happen or be done. Ich warte noch die Nachricht ab. Ich warte noch die Nachricht ab. Even if I don't give any context, a German would be able to tell that if I say ich warte noch die Nachricht ab, instead of ich warte auf die Nachricht, what I'm implying by saying that is I will wait for the message before I do something else. Ich warte noch die Nachricht ab, dann mache ich den Computer aus. I will wait for the message and then I can turn off the PC. Wartet meine Antwort ab. Wartet meine Antwort ab. Now, while wartet auf meine Antwort just means he's waiting for my answer, wartet noch meine Antwort ab, or simply wartet meine Antwort ab, means he is waiting for my answer before he makes a decision, before he does something else, etc. So etwas abwarten always means this is something I need to happen before I can make the next step in whatever way that is. That's why you will often hear wart's mal ab. Wart's ab, du wirst sehen, is literally wait and see. Naja, warten wir mal ab. Warten wir mal ab. The implication is warten wir mal ab, was passiert. Well, let's wait and see what happens. Warten wir mal ab. So, abwarten is kind of a time game. Abwarten says I have to, or at least I feel like I have to, wait until X happens so I can do Y. And then lastly we have erwarten. Jemanden oder etwas erwarten. Usually you will be able to translate erwarten with expect, but not always. Ich erwarte eine Nachricht. I'm expecting a message. So I'm counting on this to happen. I know I will get a message sometime in the near future. Ich erwarte eine Nachricht. Erwartet von mir, dass ich antworte. He is expecting me to answer. So in this case, this is an expectation that is being put on me. Erwartet von mir, dass ich antworte. He's expecting me to reply. And not even just in the sense of he thinks that I will answer, but in German this sounds a bit more harsh in the sense of he is expecting me to reply, otherwise he will be angry, otherwise something else bad will happen. By the way, he is expecting me in the sense of he is waiting for me also works in German. Erwartet mich. Erwartet mich. He's expecting me. Same with they are expecting a child. Sie erwarten ein Kind. Sie erwarten ein Kind. Ich weiß nicht, was mich erwartet. I don't know what's waiting for me. Now there, another case where you can't just translate. Ich weiß nicht, was mich erwartet. This would be something that somebody says at the start of a random adventure, or before entering a dark cave, or, doing something where you don't know what's going to happen yet. I don't know what's waiting for me. Ich weiß nicht, was mich erwartet. This is then the same as ich weiß nicht, was auf mich wartet. Ich weiß nicht, was mich erwartet. Was erwartest du? What were you expecting? Was erwartest du? This moves away from the meaning of warten completely, but it's the same as with expecting in English. What did you expect? Was erwartest du? Was hast du erwartet? And ich kann's kaum erwarten. I can hardly wait. Now there we have the wait again. Ich kann's kaum erwarten. So as you can see for erwarten, there are some that are unusual, that don't fit the expect pattern, but in a lot of cases, expect will be erwarten. With warten and abwarten, the best rule is first, waiting is passive. It happens while you're just sitting there, and waiting is the natural result of not doing anything else. While abwarten is active waiting, because you need to abwarten in order to then do something else. So, let's just do a tiny little test before I go. Which word do you think you use when you're waiting in line, at a traffic light, or for the bus. Warten. Ich warte in der Schlange. Ich warte an der Ampel. What do you say when you're waiting for an answer from somebody who hasn't decided yet or generally needs to let you know about something? You could say warten, but more likely in this case it's abwarten. Ich warte die Antwort ab. Ich warte ab, bis sich meldet. And to give you one contrast example, you have a date. They're not replying. What do? Warten. Ich warte auf eine Antwort. But you're dating someone. They're not replying. You really want to write them first, but your friend says, abwarten. Abwarten before you write. As always with these versus videos, you will learn this best when you start using it and watching out for it when other people use it. So, as always, consume German stuff and listen for warten, abwarten, and erwarten, and you will learn when to use which one and what the right context is. Until then, I hope my tips helped, and that's it for today. As always, before I go, I want to point out my Patreon, where all of these lovely people are supporting DFE financially by giving $1 or more per episode. Depending on how much they pledge, they get different rewards, such as being on this list, scripts, or charts, or ad-free episodes. If you want to check that out for yourself, you can go on the link in the description, that's also linked on the screen right now, and join the supporters that make DFE possible until today. Thank you to everyone on the list, and a special thank you to everyone pledging $10 and up. Now, your random word of the week is mischen. Sounds like mission, but means to mix. It also means to shuffle. Ich mische die Karten. Mischen. Bis dann. Tschüss.